Osio, everybody. Gonna do a walk around today, show y'all what we've had going on, just give you an update on the farm. I'm gonna start over here where I got a lot of my propagations and stuff going on, and reckon I'll start right off with this right here. We got ground cherries. I planted these seeds 2 years ago. Finally come up. They're in one of my jackfruit pots. Jackfruit's putting on new growth. And got a holly, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's the one native to North America that has caffeine and was used as a tea during the revolutionary times. I actually got 2 of them shipped to me. Took a little while getting here, and one of them don't look like it's doing too well. This one's looking pretty good. And I've got an accidental goji berry cutting. I was sent some cuttings of some hardy kiwis, and they don't seem to like it too much out here. My males may have finally started rooting, but my females are pretty much dying back. So I'm gonna have to find out what's going on. But a positive is I got a goji berry from it, so that's good. One of my avocados looking great. Mango didn't like the move to the sun, but she's starting to put on new growth, so hopefully all right. Elderberries ready for transplant. We've got a tea tree right here. I'm gonna start growing my own tea. And a papaya seedling. 2 more papayas right there. And cousin Shiloh, that is your lemongrass right there. I still need to get up and send to you. Haven't forgot about you, just things that's done slowed us down. It's my white Marseille fig that needs to go in the ground. And I had some fig cuttings traded. And there's a yellow fig right there putting on some growth. Potacaba that's going to go in the ground. Some Cuban oregano needs to go in the ground. My little kumquat seedling needs to go in. Avocado going in the ground. Multiples of my apple seedlings, moringa seedlings, and my spiral dragon willow tree. Blueberry bushes that I have up for sale that were cuttings rooted. Some of my fig cuttings that have rooted. Figs that are still available up for sale. Maddie wanted to grow something of her own, and she's wanted loofahs for years, so she's got some loofahs taken off. We got thornless blackberries that'll be going into a new raised bed I just built. Got a nectarine tree that needs to go in the ground. Another pomegranate tree ready to go in the ground. I've got pawpaw seeds in there. Some of my Malabar spinach I've got to transplant out. Some of my pigeon pea leftovers sprouting. We've got a little bitty papaya seedling. Hopefully this whole tray will sprout. And that's my little propagation station. It's not everything, but that's what we got going on there. Now I'll wander over to another area, show you some more that we got going on. That many of y'all watch my videos are probably already familiar with. That's where we were, and the propagation station's over there. Between there and here, we've got 2 big old pecan trees. Hopefully they'll do something good this year. But my fig tree is really liking itself after that prune. She is putting on figs like crazy. Looking good. I can already smell them. Can't wait for these things to get ripe. There'll be smoothies for everyone. Little snacks during the day and smoothies anytime we want it. This tree is really looking good after that heavy pruning she got. Figured I'd show you this over here as well. That's what's left of our winter garden. Still getting a little bit of kale and waiting on the Brussels sprouts. And we'll be letting the goats have it. Put in this little raised bed right here along the chicken pen. I'm going to be smoothing it out a little more, and then I'm going to be putting the thornless blackberries in it, putting the ground cherries in it, and then in the front, right before this fall, I'm going to be putting strawberries, letting the strawberries take off. We do have a lot of bugs down in here in this garden, but Brussels sprouts are coming in, so we'll see what happens. What's up, ladies? What y'all doing? Goats in their little world. Come in here and show you the critters before we walk up to the big gardens. I apologize to people that don't like long videos. This one's probably going to be a long video. What's up, Zane? Big fella. Big fella's kid. The ladies. And there's little Xander. Zoe. Say hi, Xena. You can't eat my headphone wire. First over here, let's see if they're running around. Got some pheasants. Been hiding out. People don't know about. Let's see, there they are. The pheasants are very shy, but they're growing up pretty good. I'll keep their flight feathers clipped and see if they stay in. Some ringneck pheasants. And over here, we got the survivors of our incubation hatch, as well as some crested ducks and a black African goose in their new home. Enjoying life. Our little chicks. We lost our little runt yesterday. I was kind of hoping he'd make it, but it's kind of hard. You have them that are stuck in the shell. What's up, fella? There's gonna be some good looking critters here. This is the chicken pen, the little coop that we built. And we're gonna take and put a piece of fence right here, and this will be a little quarantine area. Put another gate in right there. And that'll be, what's up, goose? That'll be where we probably will let the goats have their babies, where we let broody hens raise up their babies. Just a good little spot where they can be seen by everybody, but not really bothered, so they can still be part of the flock and be accepted. Gotta have a talk with the neighbors. The landlord that owns this over here has got his septic draining down into our property, and tired of the smell. We're gonna have to get it taken care of. We got our field recovered completely after the pigs, and I think I'm going to have to add a larger fence, run it all the way down there, so I can put some of the females in here and let them graze. Because these males, they eat. Like you can see, they're clearing right here pretty decent, but during the summer, it grows far too well for them. They just can't keep it mowed down, which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have. And in this little area here, it's not complete yet. I'm just getting it started. But I kind of wanted it to be like a little driveway that kind of separates my garden, my hogs. This is just big enough for the golf cart to go down. And I've got pigeon pea trees. We got 15 of them sprouted so far. I may move a couple, but we're gonna have a row of pigeon pea trees go down, and then probably gonna be some walking stick kale or something in here, some kind of flower along here. And I'm thinking probably toothache plant or something in there. Maybe watermelons down the line as a nice divider. And this is the big garden here. Only has a few things in it, but got some native squashes, kind of in the Three Sisters motif, right on the edge of the corn. And then we got our corn coming up. It's a sweet corn, peaches and cream. Got several rows of it. Still need to come through and weed some more. The weeding is never done, apparently. Transitions to butter beans. And we got about 40 feet of butter beans. And then we have a mess of cream 40 peas. Lots and lots and lots of peas. Looks good. Got tons of peas coming up. Just finished weeding this the other day, so it still looks good. I'll be able to weed it all together from here on out now that it's sprouted. And I've got up there, I've got a couple watermelons, and I've got my little scuppernong vine growing. My tree's looking good over there. Got the Pakistani mulberry there, avocado there, and a bunch of sassafras and stuff up there. Got to come up with some stuff to plant along here with these grapes. Little grapes are doing good. Growing up, hopefully they'll take over this whole trellis. And then papaya seedlings, when they get a little bigger, are going to go right here. This will be my little papaya grove. And I need some ground cover to go in here. Get it growing. This is the area them kiwis are supposed to go. If I can ever get them to take off. Once I get them to take off and sprout, I'll move them out here. And this was my little stripe that I planted my moringas in. They need more nurturing. They really don't like it out here either. I was going to use them because they're supposed to be heat tolerant as a shade tree to kind of pamper the kiwis. One of my mini elderberries. And we got some tomatoes. Just stuck them up in here. If you look right here, we've got some Malabar spinach. Figure I'll take advantage of the trellis while I got it. Got lamb's quarter growing here, going to seed because of the transplant, and hopefully it'll reseed and take off. Got my dwarf Namwa bananas. Pineapple. It's actually doing pretty good out here. We'll see whether or not it makes it this year. I need to move that prickly pear. It's not the right spot for it. I'm actually thinking maybe put it right there. So this path will be cleaner. Another elderberry. Star fruit down there. Putting on new growth underneath her Persian silk tree, nurse tree. Persimmons. Mini persimmons. Avocado. Another persimmon. Got a jackfruit up there. The lime tree or an orange tree, I can't remember. Elderberry. I know that's a lemon. Not really liking the transplant too much. Whew, gnats are kind of bad out here today. Hey, finally got us a Seminole pumpkin sprout on this side of the hugel culture. We got Seminole pumpkins popped up all over here. Beautiful orange tree. Lemon, I believe. And then my blood oranges down through there. Jackfruit, just recovering from transplant shock. Putting on new growth, looking good. I need to put a stake out here and straighten her. But taking off nonetheless. If you look over here, on the other side of the hugel mound, jackfruit coming back from winter. Survived that winter just fine. Hopefully I can get a root system strong enough that it don't care and it'll take off. This jackfruit's just starting to recover. It took the transplant harder than the other. And these big old Persian silk trees and big old oak trees giving me that canopy, acting as nurse plants to take care of stuff. I gotta weed this some more. Got an elderberry down here at the base of this one, just see what it'll do. Not sure what that is, but it kind of looks like a wild persimmon, so I'm gonna let it go and see what it looks like when it gets a little older. There's all the trees so far. Definitely got to start getting mulch out here. Get this looking better. Whew. Out here we got my dwarf Cavendish bananas with some sumac trees, wild blueberries, Persian silk trees, sweet potatoes from last year coming back. There's a couple bananas there, another one over here. Hopefully this circle will eventually take off and give us some fruit. Just a couple volunteer fancy pumpkins, squash plants, whatever you want to call them, that had popped up in the pig pen, transplanted out here just to have something to grow, see what they do. There's a little Chickasaw plum waking up. I don't have but 2 of those that survived, and they're supposed to be super hardy, so I find it a little odd that the persimmons did better. Finally got all this clean out here. Got everything looking good. Here's the boys all out grazing. About to head over here to the bigger garden, and we got up all the scrap finally from the hurricane. Got the dock completely dismantled, recycling the wood best we can. What's going on, fellas? There's a little shade shack in their house. House has finally got a little bit of herbs growing in it. Lemon balm took off, so we got the lemon balm right here. I planted more seed to see if we can get something else going. And we got string beans. I got to get more string out here to let them grow up. The Kentucky Wonder pole beans. Just using some of the local bamboo to give it a runner. And then we got some sweet lavender over here. Put some more seeds in here. Hopefully we'll get more coming up. But now to the garden. It's somewhat weeded, but only about half planted. So I still got to come up with some more stuff because some things didn't sprout. We tried just scraps, potatoes, skins and stuff, and they had done me proud sprouting up over here, but it looks like they just didn't have enough root strength to survive the heat, and they're starting to die back. And then we had 2 old bags that we cut up and used as seed potatoes that are the same kind of russets, and they're actually surviving and coming up strong. So we got 2 rows of white potatoes, and then there's supposed to be some greens and stuff in here, and they didn't sprout. So I cleaned it back up. We're going to replant. And these are the red potatoes, the Irish Reds. They're coming up strong. We know they grow good here. There's 2 more rows that were planted later that are just starting to peak up. And this is going to be buffalo squash and zucchini in here. So squash there. Some regular old Clemson spineless okra. We got either zucchini or pumpkins in there. I'm not sure what Daniel planted. And just starting to clean this area up. We've got a row of red okra planted out here. Some volunteer potatoes coming up that were apparently forgotten from last year. In this whole area here, we're going to have to plow under and plant something. And I got some patty pan squash coming up here. Not a whole lot, but I think 5 maybe. But they're just starting to sprout, so these 2 rows may eventually be good patty pan. And we got some zucchini and some pumpkin over here. And Daniel's got some peppers and marigolds here. And then Daniel put some tomatoes in here, some beef steaks. I think he was trying to do carrots in this, but carrots still elude us. And then we got cucumbers he planted, 2 rows of those. And then we got crookneck squash, actually starting to make already. Our summer squash is coming in, flowering like crazy. If y'all could have seen it this morning, man, it was gorgeous. Some Georgia onions, some butternut squash down there, some more patty pans right here. And then that's all the wood we reclaimed from the dock, still pulling nails out of it. We're gonna put it in the rack over here. We done some work. Added a whole nother bay to the barn. Gives us more storage, helps us clean up. Not quite done. Got some stumps to get out the ground right here. But that's our new stall, completely from recycled materials we had on the property. Down here is where we're going to keep the tractor implements and bring my dead truck down to. Still got to clean this barn up. Forgive the wind. It's picking up since I decided to record. That's my next project, cleaning the barn and getting that mower running. This is supposed to be a basil garden. Basil and sage with a cactus in the middle and it's just not wanting to sprout. So I'm going to have to start them and put them over here. There's old Miss Potts. About to bust. Do with babies. Old girl. She's going to give us some pet piggies. They're not to eat. They're just for pets because she's so small. And little Teddy is the daddy, and he is a tiny fella. He's smaller than her. Well, she's due any time. There's our other girls all hanging out. And I think that young lady right there is pregnant as well. These two are sisters, and she is just double her in size. And she's starting to show signs like Miss Potts there. So I think little Teddy got a hold of her too before we moved him. There's little Miss Oreo. It's the last we kept from Charlotte's litter. There's her mama, old Charlotte. And Lucy, still upset with us that we didn't let her have babies this time. She loves being a mama. And we still got a lot of work to do on that pig pen area. And a lot of work to do up here at this goat pasture. I'm going to sanction it off so we can rotate a little bit and get green back growing on all of it. So they've always got stuff to eat. But I know it was a little bit of a longer video. I just wanted to show y'all what we had going on out here on the farm. Wado for watching. Till next time.